How's it going, everybody? Deviant Gamer here, and welcome back for another episode of TerraFirmaCraft. So today I'm going to work on that mine a bit. So I want to make sure I have everything that I need. Go away. Let's see. That's that marble cobblestone. I can put that back. You don't want it taking up. Oh, that's the rock salt. That's right. And I got my ladders, which are good to have here. And we should be fine for everything else, because what I'm going to do is just basically dig straight down. So let's go ahead and go in here and start working on that. Now, I think, because right now what I have is I have the ladder like right here. I think what I'll do from now on, and actually we'll do right now on this guy, is instead of doing the ladder there, I can't get that far down, but I'll clean that up in a sec, is instead put the ladder here and dig this way. Should be able to just move this over to show you kind of what I'm talking about here. Just clear that, and move the torch over here, and then fill that all the way up. Close enough. And put the ladder like so. That way, you know, I can get up top, and there will be a block there, so I could easily just get off. But that way, I don't just walk and then fall right away. And then I'll have some spaces here. I could put like a double chest here, or a crafting table and a chest and a tool rack. Basically, things that I would use in a mine, all in an easy to reach area, but not right here. And actually, now that I even think about it even more, I should probably actually have this going the other direction. So let me break. Really don't like how slow that is. Now that I have thinkings of bigger brains, let's put this direction. There we go. Now we can just walk straight in here and then straight out. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and mine away a bit more. And because it's coming night, I'm going to go sleep, and just so no monsters come walking in and fall in the hole and surprise me and try and eat my brains, because that's no good. And I'll see you when I reach the material I'm looking for. Alright, so I'm just cooking up some calamari here, because I had a good like 22 or so that needed to be cooked up, and I'm running somewhat low on food. I actually only put one thing of charcoal in here, and was able to pretty much cook all of it, actually. And the nice thing is if you fill up these slots, when you hold shift, you'll always put it in here, and if there's no spots in here, it won't put it anywhere. If you have one of these spots open, it'll fill up these first, and then it'll put it in here. So fill it up with something, and that's why I always keep 4 ceramic molds for multiple reasons. One, you can always have up to 4 liquids in here, so the overflow will fill up eventually in here. And you can also just fill these up all the way to block it off. And then you can just shift click it back into your inventory, and then shift click it back into here. So it allows you to place and cook really, really quickly and efficiently. And calamari is definitely a great source of food for those who, like me, are too lazy to cook sometimes, because it allows you to actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and create a few meals here. And I don't know if this will allow me to cook them up, but we'll find out. Let's see, we got 2 over here, so just quickly pop these 2 in here. And, oh yeah, we'll be able to cook these up. So that's hot, so let's put that over here. And should have 2 meals ready in there, so that's another hot meal, another hot meal. That's already set up to warming, so it looks like that's still hot. Interesting, because I didn't leave it in long enough. No, it does cool down in here, which is interesting. Good to keep that in mind. I thought it would at least keep the heat, but this is why we test things, folks. So we know if it will keep heat or not. But now we have a full set of hot meals in there. Some hot meals in here. So It's interesting that this will keep the heat of pretty much every metal, but it won't keep the heat of food. Also, just because it's nighttime anyways, and we were gonna do another test here in a sec. Let me just put some calamari here, and I don't have anything else to put in there for now, so we'll just leave it the way it is. If we have our pickaxe, so we have our bronze pickaxe here, which has some, like, almost busted completely. Then we have this other one that's been slightly used. I went ahead and have it show me the damage values, so it'll show you how many times you've used it. So I've only used this pickaxe 20 times, and I've used this pickaxe 1,190 times. It's almost broken. I'm going to assume he's not going to do some weird number like 1,193, so I'm just going to go ahead and round it up and say somewhere around 1,200 is most likely the durability where this will break. It just seems logical mathematically and all that. So this has about probably 10 uses left, and this has been used 20 times. So if you combine these two like so, you can get a new one. As you can see, it's full, but this has 20 uses on it, this has 10 uses left. So if it was just a 1-to-1 ratio, this would, instead of being 20, it would be 10, and it would still have a damage value to it. So whatever you combine these, you do still get a % bonus combining them. So let's go ahead and figure out what this this bonus is. So that's a 20 difference. So we'll use this as our control of 10. That's why I left it at what it is. I'm gonna quickly run over to my mine here. Actually, before I do, I'm out of ladders. I actually had to ladder climb up because I dug too deep, and I'm like, oh, I don't have enough ladders to get up. This is not good. If you guys don't know what ladder climbing is, it's basically you place a ladder. Actually, I might even show you guys. You probably already know this, but just because I mentioned it, let's quickly run. Hey, close. Close. Close, 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 close. Close, close. Alright. Let's run over here. Quickly make it daytime. I'm not worried about monsters creeping up on me when I'm sleeping outside, because it'll take a while for a monster to track me that far, because they don't spawn like right next to you anymore, in this mod at least. But so I'll quickly show you guys what I meant by limer climbing. I'm climbing like a lemur. So I've been mining all the way down, hoping to get what I need to. There's a certain rock, so this rock won't provide the material I need. And the one above me didn't. It wasn't very deep. But ladder climbing is basically you put a ladder too high, and let's say you only have 2 ladders. So you climb up as high as you can, and then you place, oops, sorry, too high. You climb up this guy. Oh, come on, what's going on here? Wow. Let's hop off here and climb up again. Wow, this thing is just, here, 2 ladders. Climb up. There we go. Then you break the ladder below you, obviously holding shift. And then, oh, because I have this set of ladders, it's just going to go into there. So you climb up to the second ladder, you break the ladder below you, hopefully grabbing it and not sitting on that ladder. Jeez, I'm doing a bad job at showing this as an example. There we go. Then you place it up, climb up again, break it down. You keep doing that all the way until you get to where you need to. And why did you place it there? Bad ladder. And you keep doing that all the way until you get to where you need to. So let's go ahead and do this again. I'm going to break 20 more blocks and we'll be back. Alright, I cut it till it was 80 uses, and that's where it no longer gives me a full one anymore. So from the 10 use one left to here, it gives me 10 uses, or 10 used on it. So that means it repaired an 80 used one, 70 uses. So it's giving me approximately 60 free uses, which, kind of rough math, head math here, is about 7%. So if I had that one at like 20 uses left, it just times that by 20 or by 7%, so that's 140 uses would be applied to this one. And that's, like I said, kind of a rough estimate. But I mean, 70 free uses, that's quite a lot of mining. I mean, I started this equation kind of around up that point, and I mined all the way down here and into here before, you know, it actually equaled out. So that's, oops, not up. Now, by the way, in case you're wondering what this material is, it's a lead-bearing ore, which currently has no use in TerraFirmaCraft. There's quite a lot of ores like that that don't have any use. They're just there for future development. Maybe other mod add-on creators can use it. So they have a lot of that kind of stuff in it. So I'm gonna, now that I'm kind of at a layer where I'm getting some ores, I'm gonna mine off in this direction just because it's easy to go straight and then right up the ladder here. And this I'm gonna fill in so I can reclaim all these torches, because obviously monsters won't spawn on ladders. So I can save all these torches. Every once in a blue moon I'll put a torch on the wall there just to light up the pathway, but no point in wasting materials that I don't need to waste. But I'm gonna go here for a while, see if I can find any of the material I'm looking for. It's possible, maybe not. I'm hoping, but I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so after a lot of mining, all I was able to find was this, which is gypsum, which doesn't have a use, I don't think, either. So 2 useless ores in this mine. I'm going to call it quits for this, and I'm going to instead work on my farm and my tree farm, and maybe mine off of one of my other mines for just a sec and see if I can get anything more useful there. But what I want to show you guys up here at the very top is that this chest will hold samples of kind of the rocks that I'm finding. So I found some of these ore, some of these rocks. That way I can kind of look in here. I'm like, alright, so this has rock salt and these 3, and then it has gypsum and galena. Nah, not so useful. Obviously flawed gems can appear anywhere. So definitely, and I'll even maybe put some ladders in here at one time if it's a mine that I'll be going back to. But so far, nothing of use, which is kind of sad. So, like I said, I'm going to work on my garden over here. And, hello Mr. Spider. And see how well my plants are doing for harvesting. Hopefully, they are going to be very close. Hello Mr. Zombie. So I'm going to take these 2 and turn this into, oh shoot, damn creeper, get over here. Hey, where are you going? Get off my field. Yeah, that's right, over here. Closer, closer, closer. There, you can blow up there. That I don't care about, Mr. Zombie. Come on, get out of the water. That's right. Silly zombie. Anywho, let's go into harvest mode here. Okay, so those aren't done quite yet, but my tomatoes are not quite done. These are done. Not done yet. Carrots are done. Not done yet. Those are done. And that's almost done. So it looks like I'll be able to harvest a few things. So let me go ahead, and none of them require the sickle. I'm not going to harvest the crops that aren't reharvestable yet. So for instance, tomatoes, if you right click, I guess you got to right click the bottom. That'll give you the tomato seeds that you need. So I'm going to go ahead and get 3 more tomato plants there. And over here, I'm going to see 1, 2, 3. So there, there, and there. Did it say that this was harvestable yet? No, almost harvestable. So I'll use this just to get the remaining 2 seeds. That way, now I have a full set for that. This, I only got 1 yellow pepper, but that's okay. I'll put a yellow pepper there and there. And then same with this, only get 1 red pepper. Whoopsies. That's weird. And then I'll plant the red pepper there and there. So now I should be able to slowly start getting these fields a little bit more full. now on to the tree farm, which I am going to take this sickle for. And I'm going to quickly drop off the stone that I've kind of accumulated that I don't need for sure. Alright. So interesting, this tree grew, even though this tree was here before, and same with this tree. So it looks like that this design will actually work. It just takes longer for these two to grow. Because remember, this one was there and I didn't trim it at all, I don't think. And then those two grew, where this one is still here. So I'm going to try that layout one more time. But this one I'm going to space out once more again. God, these trees are so far away. Alright. Come on, you. Yeah. This is why I don't like using this sapling. Or not the sapling, the spruce sapling. Just because the leaves can get really high up, and then I have to build a platform just to get to them. At least this one is, you know, low enough that I can always get to it. And then I can easily do this quick chop, which is actually pretty awesome. Just being able to hit this one log and it cuts all the logs around it, like so. And then only the tall ones need to be recut. So let me go and do a shift click. That way I can easily remove it. Then just break this off. Come on, you. There we go. And then I can just claim that back again. And my white cedar goes back here. And now I'm just gonna, this time I'm just gonna leave it. And while I'm letting that one kind of grow out and do its own little thing, I will start working on cutting these instead. Maybe this one will grow. We'll see. I'll just leave it for now. Also, it's early spring, so as you can see, the plants are no longer dying looking. They are starting to sprout out. This one still has a bit of an issue. I think it's kind of funny. I think this was the one that I messed up the leaves on when it was growing, so it's kind of having issues with that, I think. So we'll see what happens with that. I still have the banana tree over this direction, and I still have the cherry tree over that direction. So I'll probably grab the saplings off of them and start making my orchard soon. That way, because it's the beginning of the season, that way I can start getting those plants relatively soon. And I'm still going to mine because there's still two materials that I really, really need, and they seem to be very, very hard to get. Just to explain to you how hard they are to get, I started this recording an hour and a half ago. Actually an hour and a half to 2 hours ago. And you've seen 20 minutes-ish of it. So you've seen only a fraction of it. The rest of it was just me mining and mining and mining for this stuff. Oh, there's a tomato plant up here that I never knew about. Hello, Mr. Tomato Plant. I shall take your seeds. Oh, I guess I didn't need to take the seeds, did I? Because the tomatoes are done. Shoot. Oh well. I will leave you, Mr. Tomato Plant. That's kind of funny that that's all the way up here. But I will see you all next time. This is Deviant Gamer signing off. As always, stay epic.